So we'll get live and we'll get started. I will record this to my computer as well. And yeah, guys, welcome to today's next level session, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Also this week, if you look at the training calendar from the main dashboard of your kvCORE dashboard from the top right at the training calendar, I think we are doing a few open Q&As. Tomorrow will be the first one. Now, who did that? You see that, Heather?
What?
I'm gonna have to talk. But wait a minute, maybe not. They're scheduling the Q&As at the same time as our sessions. That's not fair.
That is uncool.
Anyway, guys, open Q&A are happening a few times a week here. Just the idea behind those, just come on with anything you have. We're trying to give an extra level of support and training to you, and just keep an eye on this calendar for when those opportunities are, and our trainers will be on live to talk with you. Okay, so let's jump into the content today. Heather, do you want the screen or do you want me to kind of work?
Please.
Have it. Here we go.
Okay.
And I will moderate. I'm going to go off video for a minute. I've got some weird stuff happening at my house. 1 second. There you
go. Okay. Hi, everybody. So basically, I just wanted to kind of go over using Canva. I don't know if how many people are familiar with it, but it's just a really great tool, and it's also free. There is a pro version that gives you like extra pictures and extra stuff, but for the most part, it is free, and it helps you just make what I like to call pretty things for your well, you can put it in your email editor, you know, when you're sending out emails, you can make a signature, you can use it for all sorts of things. So
social posts, I assume.
Yeah, actually. So yeah, so, you know, you can make a logo with it. You can make your business cards, you can make postcards, flyers, you know, all sorts of things that you can make in kvCORE. And so today I was just going to go over how to make a couple different things to put in your email editor or your signature in kvCORE. So, you know, just as an example, this is if you go to canva.com and you get an account, this is what it's going to look like. And there's all sorts of things you can make. You do, you know, printing stuff, like I said, flyers, videos, social media posts, presentations, which is actually what I'm doing right now in Canva, is doing a presentation. So you can do that like a, you know, listing presentation or a buyer's presentation, all sorts of different things you can do, and you can organize it. You can have folders, you know, for different clients, whatever, or projects or listings or whatever you like. So I really love Canva a lot. And the thing I love about it the most is that it has things that are kind of already pre-done for you. So for instance, if you went down here, the first thing you want to think about doing is creating for yourself a like a header or a footer for your email. So this is just, you know, here's an example of one that we did, you know, for someone, and you could put it, you know, on the bottom of your email with your contact information, but it's pretty to look at, if that makes sense.
So how would I create that header?
I'm about to, yeah, I'm about to do them. Yep.
Okay, cool.
So basically, what we can do is, the way I like to do it is the footer, my favorite custom size is 600 by 150 pixels. When you're putting stuff into the newsletters, you don't want the pixels to be humongous. Otherwise, it kind of obliterates things when it gets into people's inboxes. So this is a really good way to go with it. So here's that. And again, like, they will give you all sorts of stuff on the side if you want to kind of click any kind of header or footer or something that they already have, but this is kind of generic stuff. What I like to do is I like to say, okay, what's your area? Let's say you're in Florida. So here's your photos. Let's say Florida. And here's a bunch of Florida pictures. Like this is, I don't know where this is, but let's say this is where you are, you know, something like that you can do. And then you can just start putting things in. If you have a headshot, I want to show you guys, you can upload your headshot under uploads. You would just click upload media and pick your headshot out and do it. I will do a generic one. of like this guy right here. What you can do with your headshot to put it in here, especially if you have a background on it, and this is one of my favorite things in Canva, is if you go up to effects and click the background remover.
Ooh, I did not know this.
Yes, it's so great. It will get rid of the background on any picture that you have of yourself or whatever. And there he is. We've taken the background out. So this guy is like, hey, it's me. And you can then put in some text. Can be Joe Realtor is my name.
So we had a question while you do that.
Yeah.
I saw that you used the Pro. Is the background removal a Pro feature, or is that available to everybody? I can check, actually.
That is a good question that I don't have the answer to.
I don't have a Pro account, so I'll check in my browser and let everybody know. And the Pro, it's not that expensive. Is it like 12 a month or something?
It's really, really cheap. Yeah, it's like 12 a month or 10 a month or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you can even, Joe Realtor can have, you can make it a little, Joe Realtor, you can change it. I got about a jillion fonts in here that you can do. And here's like, if you see the little crown there, that means it's a Pro font. So there's lots of fonts. Half of them are Pro, half of them aren't. They're still like, all of these are, you can use. So it could be Joe Realtor. And then you could have, and also sometimes when you're doing a background picture, if the picture is a little too bright and it's kind of obscuring things that you're doing, you can take the transparency down a little bit so that you can see things better. I might make that black. Let's see. And also, this is another thing I love about this, is it gives you a palette of colors depending on the picture that you've put in there that's going to make it pretty as well. So I'm no graphic designer, but this pretty much makes it foolproof. So you can do things that are that way. And again, if you put like your logo in here, let's see if I have a logo from here from somebody.
So Brittany's asking, where would we use this? Brittany, you probably came in a minute late. The one that Heather's building now, she's going to use in an email template in the advanced email editor. Right. But you could definitely do this, and Canva has templates for Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, right? If you
right. Yeah, exactly. So here, if you put your logo in here, again, if you want to change things, change the colors of things, now it will have gives you a palette from your logo. So you can always keep things kind of in the same vein as what you're doing. So if you put the logo in here, here, and whatever you want to do. So, you can make something pretty, you kind of get the idea, and then you can put your, information like.
Yeah, and I was thinking as I looked at your examples, you could also put calls to action here too, right? Like a smart number capture code or a vanity URL.
Sure. Yeah, you could put that in there for sure. You could do your website, and you can also, and I'll show you when you get into kvCORE, but you can make the whole thing clickable in kvCORE.
Yeah, if you're going to make it clickable and you did a call to action, you could even put it, I know with Canva, you could put arrows on this too, right? Make it real ugly. My wife always makes fun of me for doing direct response arrows, so I'm kind of kidding, but you can do that. Yeah.
There you go. So, so yeah, you could do that. I mean, and the other thing you can do is, like I said, with this particular photo, it's a little busy. And you can play around with it. Like you might find something that's a little less busy so that your stuff shows up a little better. Like this guy here.
So you drag it and you make it go to the back.
Yeah, so here's this. And oopsies. Do that. And then you just say, yeah. And I might actually put this stuff over here because it's easier to, easier to read.
Yeah.
So obviously, you want to pick something that, it looks good. So we've got that, we've got this.
Yeah, but without going on Fiverr or hiring a designer, you can get something good looking. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super easy to do. So anyway, so then when you're done with that, you're just going to download it into a JPEG. And here is where I like the quality to be good, but I like the size to be small. So you can make the size bigger. So like if you were printing this on something big, you would probably make your pixel size bigger so that it prints like a higher print pixel. But because you're putting it in an email, again, you don't want to obliterate email boxes. I keep it at that. And then I would just download it.
Why do you do JPEG instead of PNG? Is there a quality better? Or?
The only time I do a PNG is if I want to do a transparent background.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter, to be honest, unless if you're doing a transparent background, you definitely want to do a PNG.
Got it.
Okay. So then I'm going to go to kvCORE. And if you go into your marketing and go into your smart campaigns, and we make a template, an email template, and we're going to use our advanced editor. Yes, I'm totally sure. You can drag your image over. You're going to browse, and you're going to upload what you just did. And then it's right there, and you're going to insert it. And so that's going to be at the bottom, of your email. And then let's say that you had a new listing that you wanted to promote. So you could do content, you could do a dynamic content, and you could say, here's all my listing. You can do that. And I think if you put your MLS ID in here, it will pre-populate a collage of pictures for you of that and have them be clickable. You can also make this be clickable. So if you click the picture, you can put a URL here. So if you wanted to do, this is somebody else's, but if you wanted to do your, let me put this over here, your sell page or your, just your website, you could click that and put that right here. So if anyone ever clicks on that, it will take them right to your website. That makes sense. Yeah. The other thing you can do is you can put pictures on here for your website and your sell page, which I always like to put on every single thing I send out if I'm making pretty things. And then again, like if you're in Canva, you go to social media, go to Instagram posts, make a square one. And again, they give you all of these things. Like it does not take much to,
and there's some real estate ones.
Yeah, there are some real estate ones here. Totally. And so you can even, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you can type in real estate.
Yeah, real estate, I've typed in house and things like that. But yeah.
Yeah. And you could pick like all these things. So let's say you wanted to do, find your home value and, go to, search homes for sale or whatever. So you could click this guy and you could say, get an instant home value. Now you have to remember when you're doing this, I'm just going to take this out, that on an email like this, you can't have it be too tiny or they're not going to be able to read it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It'll chew it up for you, make it there, and then you could say, you can add a page. Oopsies. you can copy that. You could say, search all homes sale.
So you click, I like that. So you made the one and then you duplicated it up the top
Right.
row.
We're going to put in a different picture just to be fun. And you could choose pictures of like your previous listings so it looks like, you know, the looks like your area or whatever. So now you've got both of these and then you can download them. So now when you have to download, sorry.
I'm sorry to be a pest. Can you get an instant home value? The direct response marketer me or the guy who's like really clickbaity really wants an arrow or for that to be underlined. So I know to click it, or like a click here or something like that. Or like a blue hyperlink. Yeah, I'm being picky, Heather, but I don't want to throw you off too much.
Okay,
but there's this whole idea of like they see the image and they get a home value, and we always assume that the person looking knows what to do because that's what we know in our head, and it's like we know that the human brain just needs to be told what to do, basically. Yeah,
I mean, you can put, like, for instance, there are lots of arrows to make you happy.
That's what I was going for.
You know.
Yeah, make it ugly. You don't have to make it ugly, but if you like ugly, then you could do that. You might get better click through. Dennis, I think Heather's using a pro account. I checked, it is $13 a month, but there's a ton you can do with the free account too. I know the arrows you can do. Usually each of these has two options. They have the free and the pro, and you just get more options with the pro.
Yeah, like it'll tell you if it's pro. Like, see if you hover over it, this is pro, but like, and you can actually, when you are, see, this says free. These are all free. So that one's free. So you just have to kind of find it. If you don't have a pro account, there is a little, in fact, I think up here, you say, I only want the free stuff. It'll tell you all the stuff that's just free. And
there's still a good amount. And a lot of
there's still so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's down a little bit.
Thanks for making it ugly.
You're welcome.
Well, you can so now it looks tasteful and ugly.
Tastefully ugly. So if you go to download, when you're downloading more than one thing, what's going to happen is if you download them together, it's going to send it to you in a zip file. Which annoys me because then I have to unzip it. And if it's just two things, I will download them separately because I don't want to deal with unzipping them. So I'll just download the first one. And then I will download the second one. You don't have to, you can download them together, but like I said, you'll have to unzip the file then. Then if we go back to kvCORE and we say content image. Oh no, we're going to need a row. This will divide it up. So now you can put two pictures side by side in.
Oh, cool. So you drag the image into the rows.
Yep. Okay. Then you're going to upload the two things we just had. You can upload two at a time, which is
once they're uploaded, they're there for the future.
Correct. So anytime you go back in here, you can choose them. And so you could insert this one. And then you can insert this one. And then so they don't look weird and all stuck together, you can change the padding on them.
Cool.
So there you have, you have stuff around them. And so then again, you would just click on this and the URL you would put in there would be your home search page. Or it could be a pre-done page of, what did I just do? I deleted it for some reason. Oh, that's the image, sorry. So this is very important.
Yeah.
This is the URL for the image, and this is the URL for the link. That's why it did that.
Yes, the action URL.
Yes, right there. And then for your home value, you'd go to your sell page.
So if you have
that one.
If you have a niche like new construction or fixers or something, maybe instead of search homes for sale, you'll have see all current fixers now, and that would take you to a squeeze link or a landing page.
Exactly. So, and then again, this could be the bottom of every single email that you send out. And then, above whatever you're sending, be it your just listed thing, your newsletter, a video, letting people know what's going on in the market, any of those things you can do. And you can make them all in Canva and then just import them in. So
you save this as a template, and then when you go to send an email in the future, you just open up this template and then you add stuff to the top.
Yeah, so I would say basic email. Remember what you named it, because you'll never find it again if you don't. And you could just say, template as, because you would change the subject for whatever you're making it as, and then you would just click add template, and it takes a second because we're zooming. But only click it once or you'll get error messages. Unless I didn't click it. Did I not click it?
I think this happened last week too, when we were in here. There's something about the environment.
What did I name it? I told myself to remember.
Basic something.
Basic. No, it didn't save. Weird.
All right. Well, but that's okay. The idea is to just get the template saved there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you go to send an email, you can spin it up.
Yeah. Not sure why. But see, if you go back, it's all still in there.
Yeah, it's kind of easy to rebuild. Yeah. Okay, so that's email, the advanced editor, and having an email footer or header with calls to action.
I was thinking you can put stuff. So if you made that Joe Realtor thing, you can go into your profile and your signature. Here, you have to edit profile. You go down here to your signature. You can change this out and then add a picture, which was this one.
Right.
And that can be, your, Heather.
Control Z.
That can be your new thing, and you can put any text you want above it, but it's something pretty that goes out even when you're doing a regular email that's not an advanced editor email. It'll send out at least what you have on the bottom there.
And if you include on all outgoing mail, it'll go at the bottom of your smart campaigns. So correct. And I can't remember if it goes on alerts too, but I think it does on search alerts. So this is worth thinking about a little bit, because a lot of people are going to see your email signature. So getting some nice, pretty banners with calls to action is worthwhile.
Absolutely.
Especially with property alerts in particular, a lot of times people are sharing those around with friends. So it's a nice way to get your business going a little viral.
Put your face on it too.
Yep. I was thinking as you were doing that too, that the background image of the main website, that could be built the same way.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Especially when you go in and it wants a certain
size or
size. Yes, that's what. Thank you. Size. You can just put the pixel size into Canva and then drag your picture over so that's actually perfect for what they want in here. So
Yeah. So can we show if we go to Web and IDX?
Yeah. So it is not site editor.
No, it's
edit settings.
Yeah.
So down here, these are all the banners that are behind you. But if you want to upload your own image, it's this right here, 1600 times 650 by 650. So you could say create design, custom size, 1600, 650. And if you're in Florida again, or let's say you're in Colorado, do something other. Because I can't spell, that's why. Am I spelling Colorado wrong?
I think you are. I think you're spelling it right. How about Denver?
Oh, because I'm in templates. My bad. Photos. There you go. Yes, you have to be in the right thing to search in the right thing.
Yeah.
But here's your Colorado, the picture of your mountains, or maybe you are in Denver and this is a picture of Denver or whatnot. I'm assuming that's Denver. But then you could just download it. And then go back to kvCORE and you're gonna upload it.
Nice.
And then and just so you know, when you do this, because I've done this before, you always have to click this button or it doesn't save.
Yeah.
So make sure you click it.
I've asked.
And it will say that it was successful, and then it'll pop it up here for you to choose. Because so many people are like, I put it in, but it doesn't go anywhere. You have to click that little button. Just say FYI. So then you could turn the rest of these off, and this would just be the only one. And hit save. Obviously, this would be the only one that would be on your background.
Yeah. So Mike, that's 1600 by 650. That's the background image of the homepage of your website, as Heather's going to right now.
Right. So now there it is.
And then you can those will rotate if you select more than one option.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so, if you it's a whole nother webinar, but if you know how to change these guys out, you can use your Canva for the background pictures on these as well.
Yeah, I want to show people real quick where that's controlled. We won't go too deep on it, but that's
to change these out.
Yeah, that's just the front end editor, right?
Yeah, so you would go to site editor and do custom code. And so for here, this is where you do it. This is your code view.
Yeah.
This is your not code view. So in here are little things, but it's easier actually. Like if you highlight multifamily and then you click your code view, it's got it'll show you where it is. So let's say you want this to say, pool homes.
Yeah.
Oopsies. And then it'll say pool homes. And then if you want the picture, edit link, this will be your link. So your link this is a link to all, it was single family homes.
Yeah, but you could
if you wanted, where is it at here? Squeeze page. If you wanted it to be pool homes, yeah,
it'll want the area, but you can create a link to those listings there.
I don't know where this is at. I think it's San Diego.
Are you in a customer account?
No, I'm in my account.
Oh, okay. You're not an EXP though.
No, I don't know why it gives me that, but Sandhills. I don't know. Let's try Sandhills. No. Anyway, you'd make your squeeze page, and then you'd pick the link. You'd copy your link, and then you'd go back to where was I here and change the link right here for that. You backspace it out, put the new link in there, and then you'd hit update. And so I'm just not going to do it, but instead, when they hit view list, instead of going to all the single family homes, which is, I think this said multifamily before, all the multifamily homes, it will now go to the link that you said. And then for the picture, I think you do this.
Yeah, you might need to know
the pool homes.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to look for the picture. So this is your link right here. And this is your see where it says JPEG right there? It's a little hard to find, but you have to get, you know, you can use, was it Imgur or whatever, and you have to get a link to the picture that you want and then re-put it in there, and that will change it out for you too. So it's not that hard to change these pictures and stuff out if you wanted to have something that looks a lot more like your area. And if you've got, even if you just want to change out the pictures of the houses to be houses that look like your area, you could just change that without changing anything else. Is nice to do. So.
Cool. Lawrence was asking a background of the white area. Scroll up. I'm not sure what you were referring to. He might mean just the background as you scroll down the page. And I think that is by default white, but you have some control over some of the other highlight colors, the blues that you see there.
Yeah. Oh, how to change these colors?
Yeah, the white you might actually be able to use custom CSS for. But it's a little more advanced in that editor that Heather was just in. If you know CSS and HTML, you could probably change that.
One thing you can do to make it less white, though, is
go to edit settings.
Yeah. This right here, where it says use full width custom area, it will stretch it across. And so now I think, yep, it'll stretch it so it makes it not so much white on either side. Is one way to go. And then your template theme, you can also do a custom color. So if you have a hex code that you want for this part of it, this blue part, there's all these pre-done colors, but you can choose like whatever color your logo is. If you want to really, really match, you can just click this and change it, the hex code right here, and just put the hex code in if you have it from whoever gave it to you. Or you can, that's the other cool thing you do with Canva is anytime you have, where was it? Joe Realtor. Yeah. So if I did this, and I wanted to know exactly what the hex code is on any of these colors, you can just go up here and click this, and there's your hex code right there. So if I wanted to make it that color, I could do that right there.
Cool. Yeah, there's a question about
Not going to let me copy and paste though for some reason. What's the question?
That's just a question about changing that white. There's an example site from Lawrence. That's a little bit of custom, I think. I'll look and reply to you. But you have the ability in that section that Heather was showing. What was that again, Heather? That was I always have to go back to that. Where you edit the listings in the middle.
Well, that's the, I typed that in wrong, but whatever. It's you go to the site editor to add custom code.
Right.
So you can add whatever. If you know how to code, go for it. Like make whatever you want here.
Yeah.
I'm no coder, so I just know how to change out the simple stuff.
So in the example you sent me, Lawrence, he had done a little bit of custom stuff in there. So I'm sure if you asked him too, if you know him, he'll probably drop you the code snippet or something. So yeah, the background images of the website, the email signatures, email templates. I'm thinking, Heather, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube.
Oh God, I'm sorry, but like if you're doing any kind of if you're doing Facebook posts or Instagram posts, I highly recommend. And like I said, there's so many templates on here to use. You know, like even like testimonials, for instance. You know,
Yeah,
someone gives you a testimonial, you can, I mean, look at them all.
that's a really good tip. So yeah,
Yeah.
if you're posting to social, you get a testimonial from somebody who just bought a house, just type it in there and share it on the Facebook.
Yeah. So like sold, you're just sold, open house, you know, open house. There's so many on here that you don't even have to. And like I said, if you did this and let's say your logo, you want to keep it branded and, you know, you want to change this out to whatever, you know, logo color you want, you can do that. You just have to, you know, change out the colors. So you can change everything you want. You can kind of make it your own without having to do much.
Yeah, so there's a request for a specific training about changing out those houses and that the HTML that's in there. I'll record something tomorrow morning and I'll put it in the next level members area. Maybe I'll post to Facebook too, but
actually there is already one. If
good.
You want, I can post it here if you want.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. Somebody's recorded it before.
Annalisa did already.
Great.
I've sent it to like so many people already.
Okay, great. Yeah, so Annalisa has a training that we'll get for you there. Less work for me.
Let me find my.
But yeah, I'm sure, you know, with Labor Day coming up, you could probably go in there and type Labor Day, post to your Facebook, Happy Labor Day, you know, yeah. Put a link to your website. There you go.
All that Labor Day stuff. And you could even send out, you know, you could pick one of these, right? And then put it in that template that you already made and send the email out to your whole, you know, database, for instance.
Right.
Let me see if I can find the link that she sent me.
If not, we'll get it posted. If you're watching this on YouTube, we'll get that link posted in the description on YouTube in the replay. And then if you're watching this in the next level members area, we'll put it there as well. There's a question about how you got so good at Canva. I'm going to assume it's because you've done it a lot.
I've done it a lot. Yeah, before I was here with kvCORE, I was helping people use their kvCORE and doing a lot of newsletters and marketing and Facebook ads and things for them before. So that's
Canva's one of those, though, you know, it's so popular. I'm sure you can go to YouTube and just Google around like advanced Canva, and in an hour, you know, no,
for sure.
For
sure.
You know, like, there's all kinds of stuff, and I've been using Google Draw. I'll confess, Heather, and I'm thinking to myself, why have I been doing that? Because Google Draw just makes it a lot uglier than Canva, and it's just the same as easy to use. It's yeah.
I found it.
Good.
I'll put it in the chat real fast.
So here you go, Joy. This is the link.
All right, here.
But yeah, I really like the points here about consistent branding. So once you've got your picture and your logo and everything in a template, it becomes easy to just go add that stuff back on to anything else you're doing, especially if it's going to be stored in the Canva library or in the kvCORE Advanced Editor.
Mm-hmm. And also, I don't know if it takes a pro account or not, but they do have it might be pro, but they have a brand kit here. So you can put your brand in, they'll give you your colors, you know, all the stuff that you want to do. You usually, when you have someone make you a logo, they'll give you your fonts that they used, and you can upload your fonts. If they don't happen to be in Canva, you can upload them to Canva. Usually whoever does your marketing for you should give you that when they make your logo for you and whatnot. So you do have like a brand. This is my dad. My dad's a real estate agent. That's my dad, but yeah. So yeah, they have a whole brand kit for you.
Cool. And then for those of you running your own ads, I know there are templates for ads in here. You know, if the ideal size for a Facebook ad or for a Google display ad, I'm pretty sure all that stuff's in here.
I would say if you're running an ad, always do a square. Simply because unless you're being super specific on where you're running it, a square will run correctly on every platform. But if you have a different size, it will be kind of distorted on some or not run on others. So I highly recommend doing that.
The business cards through Canva, if you create one on there, can you order the business cards through them, or do you have to
Yep.
export it?
So here's a business card we did. You just say that you want to, there it is, use print business cards, and you can say, this is what I want. It gives you a thing, however many copies right there. It prints it, flyers, postcards, anything you want to do, they'll print for you.
They'll print and mail it to you?
Huh?
You mean like they'll print it on their side and send them to you, or do you
Correct.
do the print? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a little cheaper if you use like Vistaprint or something, but then you don't have to worry about like bringing it over and, doing it. It's not that expensive. And obviously when you get, if you're making a lot, it's not that much.
Well, Vistaprint too, I mean, I don't remember the last time I did it there, but I don't remember those editors being very user-friendly.
Oh, they're not. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a pain in the butt. And it's also, they sometimes come back to you a little wonky, and then they usually will fix their issues for you for free. But like when you get your postcard, you get your cards and they're all like kind of sideways, but then you have to wait again for them and stuff. So I have found that this one to be pretty darn good. Yeah.
And double-sided, I think we should all have double-sided cards, because that back side of your business card is valuable real estate for call
staff. For sure. Yeah. So yeah, this is her Linktree link, but like
this, the arrow.
It's the arrow. You like my
beautiful.
Yeah. If you scan there, you think about everybody who scans anything these days. When it comes to, you're at the restaurant, you can't get a paper menu anymore. So you can just use that, and people can scan it and get everything they ever want to get for contacting you. Yeah.
And integrating this with kvCORE tools like your smart number, links to squeeze pages and landing pages really will get you far. So anytime you're doing print, if you're doing an open house flyer, which I'm sure you could build in Canva as well, right?
Oh yeah.
The back side should probably, or the top or the bottom should probably have calls to action.
Yeah. So if you want to do a flyer, again, like there's only like a zillion.
Yeah.
Kinds of flyers, and
I'm sure they have an open house one. There's a good chance they do if you look, but
yeah. Well, if you go, I think go flyer. Business, view more. See if they have real estate on here. Oh, retail. There's an open, yeah, there's 51 open house ones.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, the front side, I don't know if they make it dual sided, but
yeah, they do. Well, some of them are dual sided. Yeah. Like this one is. This one has like 6 different ones.
I just love this one because, my wife and I go on open house dates just for fun. Like on Sunday, we'll just look for a few and drive around, and you're walking around the house holding the flyer in your hand. You've got captive attention. Just put something there. Text for a list of all income producing cash flowing properties in Tampa, Florida today, just great free lead generation.
Or, save this property to your phone. If you go to kvCORE, it's under Embeds, which is, where's the Embeds at? I forget.
The breakfast Embeds. They are Web and IDX.
Oh, Embeds. There we go. Website Embeds. So here's your QR codes. If you want, if you put in your listing here, it'll make you a QR code for your listing. And then you can put that QR code on your flyers. And if they scan it, hey, scan this to get this listing sent to your phone so you can save it. Then you've just captured their cell phone number, and they're now a user in kvCORE. But you can do a property search one. This is new.
Is it?
Yes.
It's new to you.
No. This one, that one I haven't seen before. The property search one. But yeah, you can do a list, like scan here, like you were saying, for a list of all, whatever it is that you want to do the list of.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
These embeds, we need to do a session on breakfast embeds again. These are
oh, this is not a website. This is not it. I take it back.
But if you
this is an embed on to search for properties, not for a QR code. So yeah, your QR code, you can only do the listing or your website. That's right.
Yep.
That's why I say, if you want to do more than these 2 things, you can use the link tree, which we did the whole thing on last week, but
thanks, Brittany. Somebody had to laugh at my breakfast and bets.
I don't know where I put that.
Okay, so key takeaways: use Canva, don't use Google Draw, or don't waste money on expensive designers, because as you can see, just with a few minutes of work, you can get pretty comfortable with this tool. And then there's a few key spots in kvCORE: your email templates, your signature. That's a really big one. The front end of your website, your main background image, and basically anywhere you're making images.
Yeah,
Canva.
and also they do have one little thing I want to say. One more thing. If you're doing an Instagram post and do that, you can animate it.
Oh.
Right.
What?
So yeah. So then if you're putting it up, it's like a 5-second. It downloads as a 5-second video, but these are great for Instagram and Facebook because they're moving. I just always say if you can make a moving post instead of a stagnant post, and it literally just animates it for you. And it animates it in all certain different ways. Like there's all these ways they can animate.
So does that download as a video file that you then upload? Yes,
it downloads as an MP4.
Oh,
but it's a 5-second MP4.
I'm all over this. This is fun. Now I'm gonna have to upgrade.
Because well, you can there's like what 9-10 of them that you don't even need for an upgrade.
Oh, okay.
That's free. Guys, that's free.
We talk about doing a social post of the day, right? A property list of the day or property of the day. It's kind of the simplest thing we can do. Just grab a list of properties from our kvCORE squeeze builder. But one of the things that people get a little hung up on is the preview image that Facebook chooses automatically for the property. And really, that's fine using the automated images, but if you can take just an extra 2 minutes and make something cool that pops here, it's better. It's because those social media, Facebook in particular, it's about engagement and doing stuff that pops for people. So so there's a question: what's the YouTube channel? Our YouTube channel, if you search Inside Real Estate, but we usually put these replays at insiderealestate.com/webinars, and that'll pop you right into the playlist on our YouTube channel. And yes, Brittany's asking if you can replace that guy with your own face. I'm guessing you probably can.
What guy?
The dude in the last example you had.
Yeah. So all you're going to do is you're going to upload your picture. Like here's like this other person's picture. And then you're just going to click, after you upload it, you're going to click Effects, Background Remover. And it's going to take the background out. And now you have this. So here's this just listed post that we did. I'm going to put my face on her face on it. It's not my face.
Does it know to animate that?
Yeah, if you want to animate, just click on the thing. Oopsies. Oh, I already animated it. That's why. Here.
Oh, cool. Neat. Linktree, Lisa's asking what Linktree was for. We did a whole session a week ago today. It's in that playlist for the link I have there, but basically it kind of creates a quick page with a bunch of your different links on it. So, and it's really good for Instagram because Instagram doesn't like put links. So Brittany says, amazing, Heather. Heather, I'm happy to have you on board to do this kind of stuff. I get a little bogged down in my pay-per-click and geekery. So I feel like you're adding a nice balance to our content here with some of this design stuff, and it seems to be appreciated.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and this is what Linktree looks like. It's basically a link, and then you have all these links on it. So it could be search homes for sale, get your home value, a listing, a squeeze page, you know, your contact page or your Calendly or whatever it is.
Yep. So yeah, sure, Brittany. Brittany has a quick question about pay-per-click. Go ahead and shoot, and we'll do my best to answer. Have you still been running? You were doing a starter home, right? Good question. So Brittany's asking, when doing a Facebook ad for a new listing, should she run the initial ad from an unbranded Facebook page called like Austin Homes for Sale or your name? This is one of my favorite questions. My answer is you can do it either way. If you do it with your name, like Brittany Lilly Real Estate, some people won't opt in. You might get a more expensive cost per lead because they feel like a realtor is going to stalk them. But if they do that and they know they're opting in for, with a real estate agent, there's probably a higher chance that they'll convert and they'll engage with you. If you use a kind of blind page like Austin Homes for Sale, your conversion rates will probably be higher, right? It'll feel less like a realtor is going to chase them. So your cost per lead will be lower, but there might not be as much connection on your lead follow-up with you. So I used to say just use the unbranded, but I think it's 6 and 1/2 dozen or the other. What a lot of people do, I'll let you chime in too, Heather, but what a lot of people do is they'll run the initial ad off the generic and then retarget with the branded. What you got, Heather?
I always say use your branded for 2 reasons. One is that I've run Facebook because I don't see that the click-through rate is substantially lower. You might lose a lead or 2, but think about like all the people that don't click on it, but that see your page. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just you're paying for branding as well as you're paying for the advertising and the leads. So you kind of have to think of it that way. It just puts your face in more places all the time. I mean, if you look at your click-through rate, you could have 50 leads, but it was seen by 1,000 people. Well, those 1,000 people saw your face in your little thing in your name, and maybe next time you do another ad target, they're part of that target, they see it. Maybe the 3rd time they see it, they're good to go. But like I always say, use your branding. Don't waste that money. You could be putting your branding out there as well.
I'm going to call myself standard corrected, and you just convinced me for the most part. And the other reason is, think about all the people you went to high school with in your market who are now seeing your face connected to real estate, who didn't know you were in the business. So even if once a year somebody's like, oh, Brittany's in real estate, I didn't know that, and they reach out, I mean, that's enough.
Right.
Yep. So Brittany's asking, when running a Facebook ad, instead of directing people to a squeeze link in kvCORE, could I direct them to a property-specific websites? Yeah, I would. I think you can do that. Just make sure the website has some kind of lead capture. One way to go with that, and I've seen work, is to build a landing page in kvCORE that gives very little information. It's just the address, and it's like see price and pics, right? So they click off the Facebook ad. It's 123 Main Street. They have to give you an email, which creates the lead in kvCORE, but then redirect them to your single property website, using whatever platform you use for that. But
why wouldn't you just use a lead form?
Or use a lead form? Well, because it's complicated.
Oh, okay.
But
well,
yes,
learn how to use a lead form because it's way better.
I know Brittany knows how. So Brittany, I would, in your case, I know you've done that before. Use a lead form with a Zap. And our Property Boost product, of course, does that very thing. It kind of, creates a Facebook lead form, gets you the email, name, and phone number, then redirects over to the squeeze link on kvCORE. But yeah, there's your long-winded answer as usual, Brittany. Lots of options. Cool. Well, thanks, guys. Brittany, if you feel free to email, as always, and post in the Next Level group on those specific ads, and we'll put you in the right direction. And then we'll be back tomorrow, guys. I'm hoping to get, I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, but I have some ideas. If there's anything you'd like to have us cover on these sessions, just don't be shy. Let us know. Heather, thanks again.
Absolutely.
This was lots of fun. And and the replay will be live. It's actually instantly live at insiderealestate.com/webinars right now. See you guys.